Okay, so we're just gonna wait for everyone to join and then we can start for today.
So if you missed out on yesterday's workshop, um, you guys will be able to catch up. The upload is still going, like it's still uploading to YouTube, but there's not much content to cover for today. So Ali can help you out if you missed something from yesterday and you need help with it.
Yeah, so today we're gonna do like a big project. Everyone's gonna do their own project. And then I'm just here to help out if you need help with anything. And then if you weren't here yesterday and you don't understand something, you can just ask me. Okay? Oh, also, and if you have a camera, please turn it on. So are you guys ready for today? Yes. No? Yeah, okay. So while we're waiting, I'll just tell you what we're doing today. So today we're doing like a summative or like a final project. Here, I'll share my screen. Okay, so today we're doing, it's called a project with a purpose. So you have to find a problem in your community related to animals, then brainstorm a possible solution for this problem, and then you're going to share your problem and solution with an app using the different blocks that we learned about. So I have an example that I made that's really, really like small. You can make it cooler than this, but it's just this. So I have this little like this would be like my home page, and then I have it when you click this button, you go to a different page about like your problem, and you can type out your problem over here, then you can go back, and then your solution. You can type out your solution here, and you can go back. Okay? And actually, before we're gonna start,
I have a
Yeah,
question.
yep,
How did you insert the picture of that turtle?
yeah. So I'm gonna show you just a few features before we start. So I'm gonna show you how to do like those pictures, and then I'm gonna also show you how to uh have different screens and move between them. So we're just waiting for everyone to join. Okay, so we're just gonna wait like 5 more minutes and then we'll start. But can whoever like was not here yesterday, can you just put your name in the chat? Okay. It's okay if you came late, but okay. So the people who weren't here yesterday, do you guys have an account for Thunkable yet? For the people who weren't here yesterday, yeah, okay, you do. Uh, so if you already have an account, then okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna share a link to the doc about what we learned about yesterday in the chat. So for the people that weren't here, you guys can just look over that. And then we'll also have a video that you guys can use. So while you're doing your project, you can look at certain parts of the video to learn about how to do certain features. But that's the doc. So we did the Unit 1 and Unit 2 yesterday. So just 3 more minutes and then we'll start. Okay, so the people that didn't come yesterday, have you guys ever used Thunkable before? Okay, have you guys ever like coded maybe with Scratch before? Okay, so Thunkable is really similar to Scratch because it's the same blocks. It's just the blocks do a little different things because now it's related to an app. So if you want, while we're waiting, you guys can just look through Thunkable, look at the different blocks, and then when I start teaching that first lesson, you guys can then understand it. Okay, we'll start in 1 more minute. Okay, we're gonna start now. So if everyone can now, just make sure that you have Thunkable opened up on your computers, and then we'll start. So I'm just gonna share my screen. So I want everyone to open up a blank project. So I just clicked create new app over here, and then I'm gonna name it uh trial 2, and then let me know when it's opened up to here.
It's opened.
It's opened? Okay. Uh, so everyone remembers what the button does and the label does, right? What does a button do?
button lets you add many features.
Yeah, so a button lets you like click on it and then you can do something, right? And then what is a label?
Text.
Yeah, it's text. So like it's like a title or like for example, 1 second, let me just show you. So for example, over here on the top of the app, that's a label. It's like a title. And then we also learned about some invisible components. So in Thunkable, we have like components that you can see on the screen, and then you have invisible components. So I can add this button over here and I can see it on my screen. But then we also learned about the invisible components. So like there's text to speech, which we learned about, and that's visible. You can't see it on the screen. We also learned about images and the camera and not the barcode scanner. Sorry, we learned about the image recognizer. Okay, so before we start our project, I just want to show you guys how to import like photos onto your screen. So like for example, like this, how I did the turtle. So to do that, all you need to do is, do you guys see where it says image over here? We used it yesterday for the photos.
Yep.
Yep, you're just gonna drag that onto your screen. And then let's say you have a photo already downloaded. You can just click on here. Either you can type in the URL or upload the files. I'm gonna type in the URL. So image of turtle. So I'm just gonna choose the photo that I want, and I'm gonna just right click and click copy link. I'm gonna go back to my project, and then over here I'm gonna click and type in URL, and then I'm just gonna paste that URL. Then 1 second, and then it should work. Wait. Sometimes the URL thing doesn't work, so you may have to just download the photo. Yeah, okay. So you have to upload the photo. So I'm gonna click upload files, and then I'm gonna choose a photo that I have. Yeah, so I'm gonna choose this. And then I can customize the photo how I want it. So there's this thing called absolute size that you want to click on, and then you can change like how tall you want your photo to be, how wide you want it to be. So I can make it like 300, and then it's a taller photo. Does everyone get that?
Yep.
It's not a review. We're just learning about some small things that I didn't teach last time to help you with the project today. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you how to do was how to add different screens and how to switch between them. So to add another screen, all you want to do is click this plus button over here, and now you have two screens. But you want to be able to navigate between them. So to do that, you can use the buttons. So when I go to my code, I can go to blocks, and I can go to the button. When button is clicked, and then I can go to control, navigate to, and then whatever the screen is that you want to navigate to. So screen 2. And then now when I try out my project, when I click the button, it goes to screen 2. Okay? Does everyone have that?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So those are the only two things that I wanted to teach you. And now you guys can start your project. Does everyone understand the project? Yes? No?
Maybe post a link to the
Yeah, so I posted the link a little while ago. Let me just post it again.
and there are some people who joined a bit late, so
Yeah,
explain it a bit again.
so the project is here. All you have to do is find a problem in your community related to animals, and then brainstorm a solution for this problem, and then you're going to share your problem and solution with an app using the different blocks that we've learned about. So an example of that would be this. I made like a small project about marine life. So I have 3 screens. So I have this home screen, then I have a problem screen where I can write about my problem. Then I have my solution screen. Okay? And I want you guys to do some cool things. So I want you guys to use different colored backgrounds, use a voice block if you want, and use at least one image. Okay? And yeah, does anyone have any questions?
It can be a question about the project itself or something that you need to use for the project.
Everyone understands the project though, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So you guys have a lot so we'll take a break in like 30 minutes and then you guys can go back to your project. But then the last 30 minutes we're going to do like an expo where everyone's going to share their project with each other through a Padlet and then yeah. So you guys have 30 minutes to start working on your project, then we'll take a 5-minute break and then you guys have another 30 minutes. Okay? You have an hour to work on the project basically. And it doesn't have to be like this really, really fancy thing. You can make it fancy if you want, but just try to incorporate everything. It can be any animal you want, so and it doesn't have to be a really complicated issue. Okay. So you guys can start.
Are they gonna share their apps after they've done them?
Yeah, so we're gonna use a Padlet and everyone's gonna post the link for their app and then we're just gonna share it with each other.
Cool.
Does the problem have to be in the community? I mean, what do you mean by community? Does that mean like, for example,
In the
Mississippi?
world community. So it could be
Okay.
like pandas or like tigers or whatever.
Okay. Good.
Tasneem, were you here yesterday? No? Okay. Um, give me 1 second. Andrew, is the video on YouTube yet? Okay. So Tasneem, we're just uploading the video from yesterday. So all we're doing is making a project about animals, about a problem and a solution. And then we are using Thunkable to create the app and we're showing it to everybody. And Hashir, it can be about any organism in wildlife. It doesn't have to be just animals.
Ali, maybe give like a quick rundown of
Yeah, so
a
okay.
couple of steps that we've done yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the people who weren't here yesterday, if you still need help, all we did some complicated things yesterday that I won't go over, but for the basic things, we learned about buttons and labels. So we can do one of the projects. So if you weren't here yesterday, yeah, okay. Let's do. We're gonna do. Yep.
Question. How do you make the button change screens?
I just showed you, right? So here.
Yeah.
So do you know how to add different screens? Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. I've done that.
Yeah, and then when you're coding it, all it is that here. All it is that in blocks, you're gonna go to like whatever button you want to use to click on it. So you're gonna click on like mine is button 1. So when button 1 is clicked, do, and then in control, there's this thing called navigate to,
Oh, okay.
and then you can navigate to whatever screen you want. So I'm gonna navigate to screen 2, and then just when you click that button, you can navigate to that screen.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Hasneem, do you still need help? Do you want me to go through? what we did yesterday, or are you okay?
Maybe go over like buttons and
Yeah.
the labels, how they work together.
Yep. So I'm gonna use this project. Okay. So when coding in Thunkable, there are buttons and labels that we have been using. So to add something to the screen, you just hover over what you want and you drag it to the screen. So this is a button. The way a button works is that once you click on it, it'll do something. So you can change what it says on the button. So it could be like hello, and then you can change the color of the button too just by clicking that. And then after you've done all the visual things, you're going to want to go to the block side of it, so the coding part. So you click on blocks over here, and then you're going to code your button. So the way that the coding works is that whenever you add something on the screen, it'll show up over here. So button 1 is right over here. There's specific code for button 1 that we use. So right now we're going to use this first block. When button 1 is clicked, do this. I'm just going to drag that onto the screen. So when button 1 is clicked, we're not going to do anything, but you can do whatever you want. You can have it navigate to different screens, or you can have it say something, but you can put whatever you want inside of this. Okay? And then the next thing that we learned about were labels. So over here it says label. I'm just going to put that over here. So for the label, you can change it to any size you want. So it could be size like font size 90, and you can make it say whatever you want. So hello. You can change the color. So if I want it to be red, and you can change different things. It's just like using text on like a Word doc or a Google Doc. Okay, and then another thing that we learned about yesterday was about changing the background color. So to do that, all you have to do is double click your background, so like that. Then there's this thing that says background color. You just click on that, and then you change it to whatever you want. So I'm gonna make it green. Those are like the three basic things that we learned about. If you still want help, just ask me, and then I can help you with more stuff. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Ian. Cool.
So just out of curiosity, which problems are you guys choosing to look into?
Roadkill.
Interesting.
Raccoons.
Okay.
That's interesting. What's your
People
problem
getting
about
attacked by animals.
Sorry?
Wild animals. People getting attacked by wild animals.
Okay.
What's your problem about raccoons?
They're like the forests are being cut down and they have no place to go.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Endangered pandas.
That's a cool one.
I'm doing the effect of oil spills on animals.
Okay, that's
That's cool.
interesting. Also, just I'm adding this now. If your problem's like really big, you don't need to add a solution. Just try to make your problem like really detailed and have different pages. Okay? Mouse problems in my neighborhood. I like that one.
That one's funny. I like it.
Yeah.
Umer, are you going to try something?
Sure. I'll do.
So one page you guys can consider when making your apps is maybe have a screen for why you chose the issue to talk about and why it's important to you. Change.
It's not about animals, but it's about minerals and metals. But it's a similar like idea of how your app could look if you wanted it to. So I'll just share that. Okay, so it may look very laggy because there was a lot of stuff on it, but it's about rare earth elements, minerals, metals, and more. It's just loading. But like when you click on metals, it'll go to different types of metals you can choose and learn about. So if I clicked aluminum, you can learn about these cool things about aluminum, and you can scroll down. This is a little bit more complicated than what we learned about, but ours can be really similar to this. I'm going to share the link for this in our chat, and you guys can just look at it if you want to.
How do you make it say something?
Who's asking that?
Alman.
Remember when we learned about the text-to-speech thing yesterday in the very beginning of the class?
Where is that again? I kind of forgot.
Here, I can share my screen. So if we go to blocks, sorry, wait,
Oh, okay.
yeah, sorry, yeah,
Okay, I remember now.
it's just call speak, and then you can say whatever you want.
All right, thanks.
Is there anyone who wasn't here yesterday who would like Ali to go over that again? Or came late yesterday?
Okay, yeah, I'll share my screen. So all it is that yesterday we did this project where once you click a letter, it'll say something. So I'm gonna use this as my example. So I have my button over here that says hello. Okay, and then 1 second. I'm gonna grab an invisible component that's gonna allow me to say something. So I'm gonna go down to where it says voice, the category that says voice, and then there's a block over here that says text to speech. I'm just gonna grab that onto my screen, and then you can see that it won't actually pop up on your screen, it'll pop up down here. And then to code it, I'm gonna go to my block section, and then let's say I want to do it when my button is clicked, say something. So to do that, I'm gonna first go to my button right over here. Then I'm gonna grab when button is clicked, do this, and then you can see over here it says text to speech. So I'm gonna grab that, grab the first block that says in text to speech, call speak, and then over here you can write whatever you want. So I'm gonna write hello, and then to try out your project, you just click preview over here, and then when I click my button, it'll say okay. Do you understand that? Okay, cool.
Programming in your career. Okay, nice. Programming is really cool, and
Okay, so once you guys feel that you are done, let me know, and then I can help you share the link. But don't worry about it, you still have a lot of time. I'm just gonna send the link for the Padlet in the chat, but don't worry about it.
it'd be nice if you shared your app and we could see the project you made.
But don't worry about it right now, because I'm gonna first teach you how to share your app once everyone is done. But for now, just work on your app.
So Ali, there's a question about link sharing in
Okay,
Dunkable.
so Sohail, don't worry about link sharing. Just finish your app first, and then once everyone is done, I'll show you how to share your link. Okay, so Darth, you're done?
Yep.
Can I see your project? Can you share your screen?
Sure. There. Do you want me to show you like who wrote it?
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay. Uh. Okay. Cool. Okay. That's nice. Is there anything you want to add to it, maybe?
yeah, I could try.
Okay. We're not publishing it just yet. We're just waiting for everyone to finish. Can you share your
Okay.
screen so I can see what you did?
I have a question. How would I like write words?
What do you mean, like a title?
No, like I know how to write like a title, but like how do I add like text to it?
So it's the same thing. You would just use a label, but you would make the text like the font smaller.
Okay.
Do you want me to show you?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, let me just see his app and then I can show you.
Can you hear this?
No. But what is it? You can just tell me what it's saying.
It's basically reading exactly what's here.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Go back. Solution. Okay, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, I think that's good enough for me.
Okay. Well, we have a break right now for like 10 minutes, so you can go on that now. So actually, everyone, we have a 10-minute break now, so you guys can start that. And then when we come back, Alman, I'll show you how to share it.
All right.
Okay, and then Ion, here, let me share my screen. So let's say I have my title here. Sorry, my title here. I can make my title really big just by changing the font size. And then if I want to add like text underneath, I can do that too. Just add it over here. And also, if you want to change where things are, you can do that by dragging them over here. So now I just change my text so I can say, hello, this is my presentation. I hope you enjoy. Is that what you meant? You want to know how to do like that?
Oh yeah.
So that's just the same thing. It's another label.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm fully done now.
Okay, you can go on your break now for 10 minutes, and then when you come back, I'll show you how to like share your project.
Okay.
From a share.
Um, give me 1 second to share. Let me just open up Thunkable. Okay. I'm assuming this is what you mean by aspect ratio. Okay. 1 second. So like you want to be able to change the height and width of your image, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So right over here, so once you click on your image on the side, it just says height and width and it's in pixels, so you can change it to like whatever you want. So like 1300.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And your career.
Okay. Well, I'm in grade 10, so I don't really have a career, but App development really helps you understand different types of coding too. So the whole overall block-based coding will help you understand like Python and Java and HTML and whatever you want to learn. And then the actual design of it will help you. There's a code called there's a programming software called XML that works with how an app is looked at from your screen. So basically the design portion of Thunkable, and it's really really similar. It's just a little bit more complicated in some aspects. But this is really a starter to app development and in coding in general. And if you like coding, this really helps you. How is everyone doing so far?
I have a question. So, could I quickly share my screen and show you
Yep.
something? Okay. Um, okay. And so, could you see my screen?
Yep.
So I have the title. So then,
Mm-hmm.
so I add a so now I add a label, right? And
Yep.
then it goes on top of one of
So okay. So do you see the name of your label? It's called Label 7.
yeah
So you're just gonna drag Label 7 underneath Label 3.
underneath.
Yeah. Underneath. No. Underneath Label 3. So go down. Yeah. Right there. And now let go. See, now it's underneath.
Yeah,
So
and also
labels. Yeah.
and also I had another question. So
Yep.
when I type, how do I make it go to another line? So I just type. So I'll type random, and then it'll just keep going on the same line. How come I
Okay.
can't?
Yeah. So go down. No. So go down in where in the label section.
You mean here?
Yeah. So do you see where it says height?
Yeah.
So click on where it says pick one, fit contents, fit container, and change
Yeah.
that to absolute size.
Absolute
So what
size.
that means is that it's an absolute value. So it's a specific value. And now you have to set it to that specific value. So
Oh, okay.
you just did you just delete it?
I did not delete it.
Okay, click on label 7. No. Click on label 7. Okay. And then go down again.
I think it's probably invisible.
No. It's just that you don't have any text in it, so you can't see it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So go to absolute size and
Yeah.
then change it to whatever you want. So let's say 900.
900.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can change it to whatever you want.
600. 600.
Okay,
Okay.
and now you type whatever you want and you can see that it'll start going down now.
So, what would I type?
Go back up.
Yeah.
Wait, first click on label 7 and then
Yep.
type whatever you want.
Let me test.
It may not work, but just let me know if it does.
Yeah, it
Okay,
just
yeah,
keeps
so
going.
you have to do the same thing for width now.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
So try instead of doing 600 for your width, try 200.
So,
Absolute size and
and
type in 200. And now you can type whatever you want.
no,
No,
200.
not there. No.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
So now let's see if that works. It just keeps going for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, here. I'm gonna share my screen and then you can do it on mine. Okay, so this is mine. The other thing that you can do is that you can change your height and context. So you can do fill content, fill container, and change it to fill contents. Okay?
So, so basically, I delete the width and length today.
No. So you go back to the width and length, and instead of absolute size, change it to the pick one, fit contents, fill container
Yeah. So, so on both of them.
on both of them,
Okay.
and then change it to fit contents for the second part.
Fit contents. Fit contents. So now let's try typing.
Try if that works, because it should, because for mine it does.
Ali, there are a few questions in the chat. The
It's still
first
not
one is, how do I change the placement?
And then where? Okay. Uh,
It's
is it
still
working,
not.
Ion? Okay.
No.
So Ion, what you can do is then for each line have a different label, because I'm not really sure why it's not working on yours. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then how do I change? What do you mean by changing the placement? SHQWOFF.
I think they might be typing.
Okay. So do you want to share your screen and explain to me what you mean?
So they said,
Oh,
how to
never
move the
mind.
button somewhere else.
Okay, here. Let me share my screen. So do you mean? Wait, let me just add a button over here. What do you mean placement? Like you want it to go up slightly? Yeah? Okay. So we learned about this yesterday too. So if you go down to layout, there is this thing called row. Okay, this is basically like a spacer that you can add to move your items to the top. Because right now, whenever you add something, it's always gonna want to go to the center of the page. So you're gonna grab the row, and you're just gonna put it right underneath your button, and then you have it over here. And then you can change the size of your row just by clicking on it, and then changing the height to absolute size, and changing it to like let's say 20 or like 75. Does that answer your question? Okay. If you need help, just let me know. And then Siddharth and Alman, I can show you guys how to share your presentation now.
Okay.
Okay. Alman, are you there? Alman.
He might be on his break, so give it 2
Okay.
minutes, I think.
Yeah. So we'll just wait 2 minutes, Siddharth, and then we'll
Okay.
do that. And then SHQW0FF. Do you know how to navigate things too, or do you want me to teach you that? You know? Okay. So how is everyone else doing? Like, Fred, how are you right now? Where are you? Okay, he's probably on his break. Anyone else? Where are you guys right now? Are you guys? No, Sohail, I didn't call your name, but where are you right now? Like, what are you working on?
I'm kind of done. I'm just fixing stuff.
Okay, so take your time. Alman, are you here yet? Okay, then Siddharth, I guess I can just show it twice. So I'll show it to you right now.
I think I fixed it. So I think because since I wasn't adding a space, it wasn't doing it. So I think I had to add a space and to make
Okay.
it.
Okay. Siddharth, I'm gonna share my screen and then I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. So you're just gonna go to your project, whatever it is. So for example, I have this project over here. On the top, right over here, it says share. Do you see that?
Yep.
You're gonna click on share, and then you're gonna click on generate link. Okay, and then you can just copy the link. And then we're gonna go over to our Padlet over here, and we are gonna make a post. And just type in your link over here, and then just put in the name of your project, and then your name. Okay. Okay. Cool. Also for the link, if you want to make it easier, what you can do is there's just this link button over here. Do you see that?
Yep.
It's yeah. If you just click on that and then type in your link, it'll show up much nicer. It'll show up like how mine shows.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Okay, and if you want, you guys can look at each other's projects, and then if you want, you can leave a comment on each person's. Maybe about like a new block that they used or something that you found really cool. And then after this, I guess we're almost done the class, so we may have to end it earlier. But we're just waiting for everyone to finish. Then we're gonna do like a really cool expo where we'll have people like talking to each other and they'll explain their project to each other and yeah.
And when you're sharing your project, you can also talk about the different features of Thunkable that you used.
Yep. But we're just waiting for a few more people to finish up and then we can do that. And please make sure that you put your name on your project so we know whose it is.
Where can we find the Thunkable, the Padlet link, Padlet again?
Here, I can share it again. So I just sent the link in the chat.
Okay.
Sorry, but can you please show us again how to put in the Padlet?
Yeah, okay. So let me just share my screen. So let's say that this is my project and I'm done. If you go to the top corner over here, do you see this share button?
Yes.
You're gonna click on that. And then over here you'll see something that says generate link, right? You're gonna click on that and then just copy the link. And then you're gonna go to your Padlet, you're gonna make a post. And then to add the link, all you have to do is click on this button over here that says link. And you just insert your link over there. And then you can name it like whatever you want to. So like Marine Life. And then just put your name. So Ali. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How would I do? So I did my solution
Yep.
almost on the problem. So how would I add a picture for both of them?
Okay, yeah. So here, can you see my screen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if we go to the image section over here, there's this little block that says image. You're just gonna drag that onto your screen.
Let me look. Let me look for that image. I found image. Yeah, there. So I just drag it whatever onto my screen.
Yeah, and then you just have to upload your image. So you're gonna click on where it says picture over here, and then
Yeah.
it says upload file, or you can type in a URL
Okay. Type in URL. I'll do that option.
and then find whatever URL you want. The URL may not work, so you may have to do the uploading. Okay, so you guys can start leaving comments on other people's like presentations, and then we'll wait for maybe like 2 more people, and then we can start our presentation.
So we'll wait till 2:10, and then everybody should start uploading their projects to the Padlet.
Okay, I'll share again how to upload. So you're gonna go to your project. So I have this project over here, and then do you see this button over here that says share? Yes. Okay. So you're gonna click on share, then you click on generate link over here. Then you're gonna just click copy. And then you're gonna go to your Padlet and you're gonna make a post. So to do that, you just click the add button over here. And then you're gonna name it like your name, so Ali, and then the name of your project, so wildlife. And then to add the link, you just click this button over here that says link. And you just paste your link over there. And then it'll upload. Okay? Okay. The link to the Padlet, I'm just constantly sending it to the chat, so you'll see it. It's right there.
I have a small question. Could I share my screen again?
Yep.
Okay. So, two things. So, how would I move? Because so screen 3 is in front of screen 2. It's supposed to be screen 1, then screen 2, then screen 3. So, how would I move that?
But that doesn't really matter too much because you're not gonna see that on the app, right?
Okay. Okay. Good. And also, both of my things. So the so the thing that said problem and also the label, they both disappeared. How would I get them back? Because there's no undo button. I don't think there is.
Yeah, there's no undo button. Click on label 2. No, go back down. Go back down. Go back down. Go down. Okay, go to, yeah. Do you see where it says label 2 right there?
Yeah.
Click on that. Okay, so you have nothing written inside your label.
Let's fix this. Let's see if it works. Okay, yeah, so that works. So now I need my problem backwards. So where's so the label that said problem? How would I get that back? So screen 2?
Did you write your problem?
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it got deleted.
Maybe it got deleted or maybe you didn't do it, but you'll have to do it again now, okay?
So how would I do that then?
You just have to write it again in the labels.
So basically, I would have to add another label.
Yeah, or you can, add another label.
Problem. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Arya, do you need me to show you how to put your link on the Padlet? Yeah? Okay. Present your screen. Okay, so you're just gonna go to your project. And do you see this button over here that says share? Yes? Okay. So you're gonna click on that share button, and then there's this button over here that says generate link. You click on that, and then you just click copy over here. And then you're gonna go to the Padlet, and you're gonna click the plus button, and then that will add a post. Arya, I think you already did it because your post is already here. Arya, is your project about leopards? Okay, yeah, so you've already done it. Okay, we have 10 projects, so we'll wait for maybe 2 more, and then we'll do some small presentations. So
I
I'm gonna
think
ask like a few people to yeah, sorry.
I think as people start to present, people can continue to add onto the Padlet.
Okay, so for our like little presentations, I'm gonna ask a few people to just like show their screen, show what blocks they use, show what they learned about maybe the app, and show like what they're gonna do with the new learning. Okay, so let's start with Yash. Do you want to show your screen? Okay, it's okay if you don't want to present. Just say that on the chat.
Oh, we don't have to present?
You don't have to, but it would be nice if you could present.
All right, Dr. Share my screen.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yep. Yes. What's your question? Okay, Yash, do you want to just share your screen?
All right.
Okay.
You see my screen?
Yep. Okay.
So I think it's about band.
Okay.
It's like deforestation. Bam.
Yeah, and then show us your solution.
Stop cutting down bamboo forests.
Okay, cool. Do you want to just show us your code? Okay, so it's very, yes, okay, I like your code. So it's very simple, which is nice. It's just buttons. Okay, good job. Okay, does anybody else want to present?
How about Mahad and and then Arya.
Yeah. So actually, how about Arya? Do you want to go first?
Okay.
So just share your screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So mine is about snow leopards. So this is info about the snow leopards. And then this is the problem about how they're endangered and like humans are like hunting them down. And then I have a listen button where like it just reads over the paragraph.
Do you want to click the listen button
And
so
then
we
I
can
have
see it?
the solution and then another listen button with just
I don't think we'll be able to hear it because on Google Meet you can only hear something if you share the tab. So
Okay. Unless do you have headphones in? Arya?
yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
why. Okay, cool. Do you want to show us your blocks actually? Okay, so you use the text to speech and then you use the buttons to navigate your screens. Okay, that's really cool. Okay.
nice.
Maha, do you want to go?
Sure.
Okay, just share your screen.
And in the meantime, Hashir, Aisha, Zainab, Fred, you guys can add your projects to the Padlet.
Can you
Yeah,
guys
so
see?
guys, you can go after. Yeah. Yep, we can see your.
So I talked about the effects of oil spills on wildlife. This button talks about problems and consequences. So basically, there have been many oil spills which affect animals. For example, the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, and that oil spill still affects animals to this day.
Yep.
And these are some possible solutions. On this, I talk about how people can volunteer with different NGOs and volunteer to help them clean up the ocean and save animals at the same time. And the best thing you can do is to spread the word. And this is my voice block. If you guys can hear it.
Do you have headphones in?
Nope.
Oh, okay, so maybe we just can't hear your audio. Okay, that's cool though.
And then that's it.
Okay. Can we see your blocks?
Sure. So over here I have this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And this.
Okay, nice job. Siddharth, do you want to go next?
Yep. I'll do it. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the problem. This is the solution.
Okay. And then your conclusion?
The conclusion.
Okay, cool. Do you want us to show your blocks too? Is it just
Yeah.
the navigate part?
It's like just a basic thing. Oh,
Okay, that's still really cool.
okay.
Does anybody else want to go?
What?
Hashir, do you want to present?
Yeah, sure, I can present.
Okay.
All right. Give me 1 second. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right. So it's my project on the coral reef. So I've
Oh, wait, it's not sharing your Dunkable tab.
oh, is it not? Hold on.
You have to present your entire screen.
Okay,
Oh,
there. Yeah,
yeah,
there.
okay. All right. Okay, so it's my issues on the coral reef. So let's go to the issue. So I have a little listen tab here. You can click on it. You can listen, and it's some information, and then oh, I didn't include a back tab. Oops.
That's okay.
Yeah,
And then it's just a solution.
solution. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And
And
then you just use navigate buttons and the text to speech buttons, right?
yeah, and
Okay. Does anybody else want to present?
Your design was really cool, Ashir. I liked it.
Yeah, it was nice.
thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Zainab, are you sure you want to go?
Alma, do you want to go? Emmanuel?
Sure, you can go.
So can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so my problem is about other animals, and so here's my problem. So the problem is basically like the world, like everyone wants meat, and the most popular meat is chickens. So people are like killing other animals to get land to grow chickens because of the demand as it's getting higher. So there's a go back button. And then the solution is decreasing the intake of meat, and then not like and then like protecting land so that no one like animals don't get hurt, I guess. And then how do I stop
So you go up and click edit.
oh, and then my blocks for the first one are it's like really simple.
Yep. Okay. Good job. I like
Thank
your
you.
design too. Is anybody else want to go before we end our class? No? Okay. So then have a good day, and I hope you guys enjoyed both of the workshops. Actually, if you want, if everyone can just put what do you mean, Zainab? How do we submit this?
Do we need to add this anywhere?
Like to the Padlet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Here, I can show you how to share the link. But while I'm doing that, if everybody just wants to put like a review of how the class was out of like maybe 5 stars, you can put like 4 out of 5, 1 out of 5.
We'll be sending an email on the next tonight or tomorrow, for asking for feedback. We'll also be posting the workshops on YouTube, so that if you miss something, you can catch up on it.
Okay. Zainab, I'm gonna share my screen, and then you can learn. Yeah. So once you have your project all done, do you see the share button over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're just gonna click on that, and then you're gonna click on generate link. And then after that, you're just gonna copy the link over here. So click copy. And then you're gonna open up your the Padlet that I posted. And then you're gonna click the plus button.
Where's the Padlet?
Oh, here, I can send you the link again. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here, I sent the link in the chat. So
Okay. Thanks.
once you have your Padlet open, you're gonna click the plus button over here to make a post. Then you're just gonna make the title the name of your project, so animals, and then your name, so Pally, and then you're just gonna click this link button over here, and then you can put your link over here.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so if everybody's done, then you guys can start to leave, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun.
Before you guys leave, make sure you join our Discord server to be like so you guys can get continued updates. Also check out our Instagram, and you can check out our website too. I'm not sure why you can't hear anything. However, you guys can catch up on the YouTube video once we post that. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
And
we hope you had fun.
Yep. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Hashir. No problem. Bye, Yash.
Bye, Ion.
Bye, Ion. Okay. Andrew,
That
you
was
can
a
stop.
that was a really simple final